Hello YouTube, how are you doing? Today in my tutorial I will talk about how we can create a virtual machine using AWS, and we shall learn how we can connect to the virtual machine which is present in the cloud. So as we all know that currently AWS is the best cloud service provider. It has gone beyond the cloud services given by Microsoft and Google. So and there is another video where I have shared introduction to cloud and AWS, what it is and what it is all about. So today we will directly jump start with the creation of a virtual machine. So we'll learn how to create a Linux virtual machine, and we shall learn how we can access it from anywhere in the world. Okay, so this is my channel. If you haven't subscribed it yet, please subscribe. This is mostly I share tutorials for Python, data science, .NET and cloud services, Linux, etc. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this virtual machine creation. Okay, so first of all you need to have access to AWS Management Console. So you need to create an account where you will be given access to the management console, from where you can access all the Amazon Web Services and its resources. Okay, so if you haven't created an account, you have to create a free account. So for 1 year it is completely free. You can access the resources provided by AWS, and you can create your own server, you can create your own Windows desktop, and you can create different kinds of web applications. You can deploy them for free for 1 year. Okay, so of course you have to provide your credit card details, just for the identification purposes. Okay, so if you are there, you can directly, I have already created my account, so I can directly sign into the console. Okay, so you can definitely select a free tier and start working right away, right now. Okay, so I'm logging into the console. So you can see here you will get, once you log into the console, you will go to the services. Okay, so once you click on services, here this is the console home. So here you can see the compute. Okay, so Elastic Compute Cloud Services. Okay, so if you click on this, you will go to the EC2 Management Console, right? So here you will list out what are the instances you have created. Fine. So we'll go step by step and we'll try to understand how we can create an Amazon EC2 server. Okay, so first of all you have to click on launch instance. Okay, so once you click on launch instance, it will give you a list of templates. It will give you a list of options or distributions that you can use. Okay, so here you can see it's a free tier eligible, so you can select any one of these. So let's say you want to create a Red Hat Linux server, you want to create a SUSE Linux enterprise server, you want to create Ubuntu, or you want to create Microsoft Windows server. Okay, so for this current session we'll be creating Red Hat. Let's say I'm creating a Red Hat Linux server. Okay, so just select this instance. Okay, and then next it will ask you to select the instance type. So it's you can see you have to go as per the current recommendation, which is T2 micro instance type. Okay, so T2 instance provides a baseline level of CPU performances with the ability to burst above the baseline. So you can read out what it is. It is giving a brief description. So, and it is giving you idea, right? Number of CPUs it is using, number of, so memory it is providing 1 GB, and how is the network performance. Okay, so you just select this, and as it is written here, free tier eligible, you will not be charged any amount if you create this virtual machine. Okay, so you'll just click on review and launch. So once you do that, so here it will give you an option to review it. So what are the settings of your system? Okay, so it is saying that this is your Amazon machine. Okay, virtual machine with this is the distribution, and then you have the instance type, memory, and CPU, etc. Okay, just review it, and just you can click on launch. So here once you click on launch, it is giving you an option to generate a key pair. So key pair will be giving you a public key and a private key. So the public key will be stored in the AWS, and the private key will be given to the person who wants to access the server from anywhere. Okay, so it will be so what we will do is we will choose an existing pair, create a new pair. Okay, so we'll select create a new pair. Okay, then we'll give it a name, because we need a pair to connect this system. Okay, so later I will also tell you how to log into this system using a set of username and password. So let's say I will give one of my students an access to the system, so I'll give him a username and password. So that will learn later how we can do that. First of all, we need to generate a key pair. Okay, so I'll just give it a name. Let's say key pair for access, right? I'll just give it a name, and then you have to download the key pair. Okay, so once you click on download key pair, a file will be downloaded and it will be stored in your system. Then you can click on launch instances. So it will take some time. You can see view instance, view launch log. So you can see launch initiation is complete. Okay, now my virtual machine is ready. You can click here view instances, and then it will see, you can see that you can see that this is your instance which is coming up. Okay, I'll just for the time being, just to avoid confusion, I'll just okay. So these are the instances that I have created earlier, and these are not currently being used. So this is my instance which is currently bringing up. Okay, so now you can see the instance state, it is running. Okay, so here the name, you can give it a name, let's say Red Hat Linux server. Okay, so this is my virtual machine which I have just created. Okay, so now once you click on that instance, you can see this is the instance ID, this is the instance type, and then you will come into an availability zone. So availability zone is nothing but it is a part of a region. So in a region there can be several availability zone which makes sure that your server is always available. So best part of AWS is it is availability, its scalability. So these are the features that we have discussed in my earlier tutorial, so I will not talk about those things now. So once you click on this instance, you can see that these are the features. So you can see this is the public IP address, this is the public DNS name. So this is the name through which you will be able to access the server, and this is the IP address. Okay, and these are the private IP addresses. Fine. So what we'll do is we will now we have the server running on the cloud. Okay, so now we shall learn how do we access the server, right? That's what we want, because now server is up somewhere in the world and I am sitting somewhere and I want to access the server. Okay, so let's see how can we do that. Just click on this instance and click on connect. So here you see it will give you a brief how we can access the server. Okay, so for Red Hat instance, usually the username is EC2 user. Okay, and then you have to give the IP address. Okay, so we'll just create we shall connect this one using putty, right? So if you click on this, it will give you an idea how you can connect this server using putty. Okay, so now we have this pair. So now we have a key pair. So we want to access the server using a key pair. So how can we do that? We can do that using the public private key pair which is available in the putty. So let's just start putty, and then there is a putty gen. If you install putty in your Windows system, it comes up with a putty gen. So putty gen is what? It So here the key pair that we have downloaded is not in a proper format. It is not a private key that putty understands. Okay, so we have to convert this key into a private key which putty actually understands. Okay, so here you have to select the type of key to generate. Let it be as RSA, and then click on load. Then select the file which is there. Okay, go to your downloads and just make it all files, and then just select your key. Okay, what's the name I have given? Okay, this is the name, right? So I'll just take it and just click on this OK on this dialog. So now it will create a PPK file, private key file, which can be used further. So now I'll just click on save private key. Are you sure? It will ask you a prompt. You can just click on yes, because usually passphrase is a second level authentication which helps to make your private key secure. So even if someone has your private key and if he does not have your passphrase, he will not be able to bypass or to break into your system. So passphrase makes it even more secure. So currently we are not going to use passphrase. Okay, so here again I am saving my private key file. I'll just give it some name like key pair. Okay, and it is saved on the desktop. Okay, fine. So now we have the private key. Let's go ahead and start putty. Okay, so this is my putty. Okay, so now what I will do is, so now just focus how we are able to access this server using private key pair. So you have to go to the session, and then in the host name you can provide the DNS server. Okay, so just copy this DNS server name, or you can copy the IP address, both are the same. Okay, so I'm just giving here the DNS server, let the port be 22. Okay, and just for the time being I'm just clicking on open, and let's just try to understand if it is even popping the login prompt or not, because if that is not there, that means there is a connection problem. So now we are sure that we are able to access the server. Okay, so now I'll just close it, and again I will open putty. Okay, so now we go to so host name, you provide the DNS name which is given in this setting. Okay, next port is 22. Go to your connection, and then click on the SSH, expand SSH, and then go to auth. So here there is an option to browse the private key file for authentication. Click on browse, and then go to your file where you have saved it. So I have this file. Automatically it will take the PPK file, open it, and then you can go back to your session, and then you can save it if you want to open it again without any problem directly. So you can just give it a name, my Red Hat server, Red Hat, okay, from AWS. Fine. So just click on save, and now you can click on open. So you see it is asking for login. So by default for Red Hat system, the username is EC2 user, EC2 USER. Okay, so here, okay, let's just check if it's working. So it is authenticating using the public key that we have, that public and private key that we have given here. So you can see now we are able to access the system, right? The server we are able to access, which was there. Okay, let's just change the font to make it more visible. Okay, so yeah, so you can see I have my I can access the server from here. Let's just check host name. Okay, so this is the host name. Yeah, and then if you you can just give uptime, like just to check when it was brought up. So you can see it's been just 7 minutes since this server is up. Okay, so who am I? So I am EC2 user, right? So this is how we can access the server from anywhere. Now this is the session, it can be accessed from my. So now we learned how we can create a server on cloud, and we can access the server from anywhere in the world. Okay, now I want to explain you how we can access the same server using a username and password. So why don't we just create another video for that, because it's been already long. So in my next tutorial I will show you how to access the same server using a username and password and without having an extra load of having a key pair. So this way it will be very easy to access the server. Okay, so that's all in this tutorial, and thanks for watching. So this is my server. I'll give you a brief. So if you just select the server, and then you can if you right click on this, then there is an option to stop the server. You can reboot the server, and if you don't want the server to be available anymore, the best practice is to terminate it, because AWS provider may charge you for some reason. Okay, so if you're not using the virtual machine, the best practice is to terminate it. Okay, so I'll be coming back with another tutorial. That's all in this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.